Okay, so we're going to progress from your basic tutorials to create a keychain using your name in TinkerCad. So we've been looking at some of the basic tutorials, basic shapes and letters, numbers from the last tutorial. So we're going to try use a combination of these along with a couple more skills in order to create your keychain using your name. So the first thing we need to do is, obviously you have logged in by this stage, and create a new 3D design. So on your home page, it will look like this. So you will always go to 3D designs, because we're not doing circuits yet. So create new design, and as that opens up, you're going to be using letters to find your name essentially. So text and numbers, and you can scroll down through here, try bringing individual letters as opposed to a group text. So scroll down to find the letters that make up your name, and just drag and drop these in position. P, A, T. Most of these will be on the first page, and you might just have to scroll to the second page in order to find them. So I've brought in all the letters of my name, and as you can see, they're not aligned. So one is above vertically, the other one is below, and they're also not aligned horizontally as well. So one of our first jobs is to get all of these as a group and aligned along the base so they're in order and straight. So we're literally just going to click and drag all of these numbers together, and using a new tool which we haven't used yet is align up here at the top toolbar. So this will allow us to put these into order. So when I look down at the top, and if I zoom in a little bit, you will notice obviously the P is well above the A, which is in turn further above the K. So I've selected a line, and I'm going to select the bottom black dot, and you can see that they now are all aligned along the bottom section of each letter. So that's job number one for us to be able to do. After that, we want to get the letters joined together so that they are touching. So essentially what we can do is we can click on each letter and move to the left hand side, so that when you're looking over them, they're slightly overlapping, like the P and the A. So again, the T, just click and move to the left. Now don't make them overlap by too much, otherwise there will be no distinguishing between the A and the T when you 3D print these. So have some overlapping by maybe 1 millimeter or so. The R goes to the left along with RI. Click, select, and you will see they all retain their individual colors, so that you know at the moment they are separate entities and they're not grouped together, which will make sense very shortly. So now you can see they're all the same height, they're all sitting on the workspace, and they're all level along the bottom edge, which is exactly what we want to do so far. So if I go to 3D print these, it may be a little bit hard to distinguish the letters from each other. So I'm going to raise and lower some of the heights in order to make it easier to read and to make it a little bit more of a creative design. Okay, so there's a couple of new things here which we'll be doing, and essentially one of the most important is to group these as one object, because the 3D printer at the moment will print 7 different letters, where realistically this is one object altogether. So what we need to do is to group them, which you'll have done in 2D design and will be a similar concept. So click and drag over all of the letters, so that you know you've highlighted all of them, and use another tool at the top here which we've not used yet, which is group. And once I group them, you will see the color changes to one color. Now that is one object altogether. What I want to do second last step is to just raise the height and lower the height of some letters to create more of a 3D effect. So once these are now part of a group, it is easier for the 3D printer to read it and print all one piece together. So now what I can do is just select on. So now what I can do is select on an individual letter by double clicking, and you will notice that the letters go back to their original color. So I want to move the A. So I'm going to raise the height of the A by selecting the white square on the center and to raise the height of it. Now, not too high because it would look out of order. Also. So you can see that the height has been raised on that. You can still edit it further and bring it down slightly if you wish. It's only a little bit on each one. So I'm going to raise each second letter. The A, the R, and now the C. So by double clicking and making sure to select, you can see here there's two white dots. I'm trying to find the one that's in the center that will raise the height. If you select the other one, it might raise or it might extend the length, which is not exactly what we want to do. Okay, so checking that the C is potentially slightly outside of size. Just going to try to bring that back to order and to raise the height. So now, when you double click outside and they all go back to being the same color, which again indicates that it is one piece as opposed to 7 different letters. Okay, so the last little piece we need to do is to create a holder for your keychain, and essentially that will be by using 2 cylinders. We'll create one cylinder, we'll bring in a second cylinder to make the hole in the initial cylinder. So when you drag and drop in any cylinder, it will come up with a generic size, and to change the size of that, but you need to keep the ratio, is to press Control and drag by using your mouse or your touchpad, and to make the size of this 4 by 4. You can see it just takes a little bit of playing around, but easier if you can zoom in to make there. The height of this now will need to be adjusted to 3 millimeters. So by selecting the top, pressing Control and drag down to 3 millimeters. Now that does look very small, but you will see in a minute that it will make complete sense. So bringing a second cylinder in, and the sizes of this is going to match up to be the center hole on our first initial cylinder even, sorry. So what the sizes of this is going to be 3 millimeters by 3 millimeters, or 2 millimeters by 2 millimeters square, whereas the first one was 4. So it's nice and small. There we go. So you can see the width and the length of it would be 2 millimeters. The height we're going to make 4. Now we've got 2 separate cylinder shapes. So we're going to select the second cylinder, and when the options come up, instead of it being a solid, we're going to select it to be a hole, because it's going to cut a hole in the first object. You will see it changes color so that it's more transparent, and that should be fine then. Now what we need to do is get this second cylinder into the center of our initial cylinder. So by using your mouse, maybe drag and select both items, and we need to select align up here. So we're going to align the center, and by selecting the dots you will be able to select correctly to get them into the center of both. And once you're happy with that, which looks correct, we now need to do one last thing, which you've done before, is to group the items together. So you group 2 of these together to become one solid, just like that. Now we need to just adjust the position to put it into a letter. So you can choose your position yourself, but obviously it needs to slightly overlap. So moving your mouse pad around and check, are you happy with its position? Now if you only overlap it the tiniest amount, it may not stay solid. So just make sure that it does actually have a solid connection to your initial shape. Okay, and then group all of the objects together again one last time, and you will see it all changes to one color. So there will be the initial shape, or the initial keyring that you make with using your own letters and name. So then again, export STL file for 3D print. That's what works on our 3D printer. You can save and you can send that over email, and you can load it on the 3D printer. Okay, so good job, guys.